So bring your big toes together to touch. Knees anywhere from touching to mat width apart. Sink your hips back towards your heels, and then bring your forehead either to the mat, or if it doesn't reach, stack your fists and bring your forehead to your fists. Once you find a version of child's pose that works for you, then bring your attention to your breath. Long, slow inhales, long, slow exhales. With each exhale, allow the ground to support you and really melt into your mat. Use your breath to warm your body up. So of course the poses and the movements that we're going to do are really going to warm you up. But let's start here with our breath. So kind of warming up from the inside out. And before you leave this position, set an intention for your practice. In other words, what do you want to get out of your time on the mat today? What do you want to focus on? Take one more breath here. On your next inhale, come forward into a high plank position. Start on your knees. Bright fingers. Pointer fingers are going straight forward. If you have any wrist issues, try fists instead. And then bring your hips down so that they're in alignment with the rest of your body. But don't let your belly button sag. Instead, pull your belly button up so you're really supporting your back. Then, bring your attention to your shoulders. Shoulders to your hips, not to your ears. Feel your strength here. If this is where you feel challenged, stay. If you want a bigger challenge, tuck your toes under, push through your heels, and pop your knees up. Same thing though, don't let your belly sag. Shoulders to your hips, not your ears. Feel your strength. Deep breaths. One more inhale in this position. On your exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now check out your foot placement. Make sure your feet are at least hip width apart. Toes are straight forward. And add any movement here that would feel good. So maybe that's a pedaling of your feet or a bending of both knees and then extension. You even want to nod your head yes or shake no. Stick out your tongue. Just kidding. And then from this position, lift your right heel. Bend your knee, open your hip. And as you open your hip, keep lifting your knee. You might even want to do a few ankle circles each direction. On an exhale, pull your knee to your nose. Hold. This takes a ton of strength. Carve out your belly. And now this is fun. See if you can bring your foot up towards your hand. Now if you get stuck back here, you just failed class. I'm just kidding. Grab your ankle, no big deal. Bring it up. And we're going to hang out here in low lunge. So in low lunge, it's almost like your feet are in cross-country ski tracks, so they're hip width apart. You're floating your fingertips. Front knee is bent over your front ankle. Now you can drop to your knee at any point, your back knee, if you need a break. If you'd like to make this a little more challenging, plant your left fist and open your right arm, low lunge twist. You can stay in a fly position with your right arm or find a half bind. If you want an even bigger challenge, you can float your left fingertips. Either way, take one more big breath here. Lovely, ladies. Back to low lunge. And on your next inhale, come up, crescent lunge. Hip bones are squared to the front, so in other words, back hip bones point or driving forward, front hip bone is pulling back.
On your next inhale, open to warrior two. So now our feet are perpendicular, heel to arch alignment. Hips are squaring to the side. Lunge forward, right knee over your right ankle. On your next exhale, reach back, reverse warrior. Beautiful, Amanda. Inhale, reach forward, elbow to your knee, side angle. Belly button to your spine. Use your core on an inhale to come up, warrior two. Exhale, reach back, reverse warrior. Inhale, reach forward. You can find side angle or extended side angle. With extended, you float your right fingertips, left bicep by your ear. One more time like that. Belly button to your spine. Inhale up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, side angle or extended side angle. If you want to go crazy, you can lift your right arm so it's parallel with your left and move into windy warrior. So in that case, take an inhale here, and then on an exhale up and over, we'll meet in reverse warrior. If you need a break, just straighten your front leg. Back to warrior two. Awesome. Inhale here. On an exhale, windmill down, high plank on your knees or your toes. From this position, you can find down dog, child's pose, or if you'd like to vinyasa with me, use your next exhale to go down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, or cobra. Exhale, down dog, or child's pose. Awesome. Take a moment here to reconnect with your breath. Allow your head to hang heavy. Support yourself with your core, belly button to your spine. On your next inhale, lift your left heel. Bend your knee open. Keep lifting your knee as you open. Allow your right heel to drop. A few ankle rolls if you'd like. And then use a strong exhale to pull your knee to your nose. And with as little momentum as possible, only muscle, try to drop your foot as close to your left hand as you can. Just grab your ankle and move it if you need to. Low lunge, you're floating your fingertips. Belly button is engaged. You're just really firing up your muscles here. This is certainly not an easy position, even though it looks simple. Remember, you can drop your back knee at any point. For a bigger challenge, we're going to add the twist. Drop your right fist, open. You can either be in the flag position or a half bind. Regardless, find really bright fingertips. A lot of energy there. Pull your left shoulder blade towards your spine. Nice adjustment, Amanda. One final breath. Come back to low lunge once you finish. And then see if you can keep your legs as still as possible as you come up to crescent lunge. It takes a ton of strength. Nice. Right hip bone drives forward. On your next inhale, open warrior two. So you're adjusting your back foot and your hips. The longer your stance, the more challenging crescent lunge and warrior two become. So be really mindful of that. Once you feel good about it, reach back, reverse warrior. On your next inhale, reach forward, elbow to your knee, side angle. Pull your chest gently open towards the sky. Strong core, inhale up, warrior two. Exhale back, reverse. Inhale, reach forward. Side angle or extended side angle. With extended, you're floating your left fingertips, right bicep by your ear. Nice, Carrie. Inhale up. Straighten your leg if you need a break. Exhale, reach back. One more set. Nice. Inhale, reach forward. Extended side angle. If you want to make it more challenging, lift your left arm parallel with your right. On your next exhale, up and over. We'll meet in reverse warrior. Beautiful. Back to warrior two. Feel your strength. On your next exhale, windmill down. Nice. High plank on your knees or your toes. On your next exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. Try rocking your hips side to side here. See how that feels. And then come back to center with your hips. On an inhale, lift up onto your toes. Exhale, float down, lengthen through your heels. Couple more times like that. Up on an inhale, down on an exhale. Then bend your knees. Look up. Step, jump or walk, feet forward. Hang heavy in a forward fold position. And why don't we do ragdoll here? Maybe you just grab your opposite biceps, forehead to your forearms, body weight forward out of your heels. And you decide what feels best, straight legs or bent knees. One is certainly not better than the other. Straight legs will just stretch out your hamstrings and calves. Bent knees will release your lower back. So they have different intentions. If rocking side to side feel good, do that now. On your next exhale, release your arms. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out parallel with the ground. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, inhale, stand, high prayer. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes for a moment. Reconnect with your intention. Take a deep breath. Blink your eyes open. And bring your body weight into your left leg. Kickstand your right toes. Moving into tree pose, a balanced posture. You can stay like this, or for a bigger challenge, bring your right foot up your leg. The only place you don't want it to rest is right on your knee joint, so above or below. And then check in with what's going on with your left foot. See if you can balance your body weight on all four corners of your foot versus rolling out to one side or the other. If you'd like to make this more challenging, extend your arms up. You can keep your hands together almost in like a steeple position, or open your branches. You can look up for an even bigger challenge. On your next exhale, bring your hands and foot down, shake it out. A couple shoulder rolls. You might even want to put a little smile on your face, it's not so serious. And we'll move right to the other side. Body weight into your right leg. Kickstand your left toes. Make sure you drop your tailbone. Hands start at heart center. And then decide what you want to do with your left foot. The higher it goes, the more challenging the balanced posture becomes. Notice your breath, your core, your right foot. For a bigger challenge, extend your branches. You can even look up if you'd like. Feel a line of energy from the big toe side of your grounded foot all the way up your inner thigh, into your abdominal muscles, out the crown of your head. On your next exhale, hands, head, foot down, awesome. Shake it out. On an inhale, bring your arms up, high prayer. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And on an exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Stay there. On your next exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. Drop to your knees, child's pose. Notice if this child's pose feels different than your first. On your next inhale, roll up. Come to a seated position. So meet me here. Hands behind your legs. Plant your heels, sit up as tall as you can. On an inhale, on an exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. For a bigger challenge, release your hands. See if you can keep your heels grounded the entire time. That's how you'll know you're in control, using your muscle versus momentum. Once you get to the floor, plant your feet. Pull your shoulders down, away from your ears, towards your hips. Then bring your attention to your pelvic area. We're going to find a position in Pilates known as imprinted pelvis. Visualize a bowl of water resting on your pelvis and then spill that bowl towards your chest. That's what imprinted pelvis looks like. Your lower back is in contact with the mat. Then visualize an anchor resting on your core, because as we do this next exercise, your number one goal is to stabilize an imprinted pelvis. So to keep your lower back grounded and belly button pulled towards your spine. So with that being said, bring your legs up into what's called tabletop, meaning knees are right over your hips, shins are parallel with the floor. You can point or flex your toes, whatever feels best to you. And then bring your attention back to your lower back and your belly button. Is your lower back still grounded? Is your belly button still pulling down? If not, you're going to want to readjust or take a break until that's possible. If you're still looking for a challenge, then try tapping one toe or heel down to the ground and come up. Inhale, drop the other toe or heel, and up. Now as you go down, this is going to make it more challenging for you to stabilize your core. So your abs have to work harder in order to keep your belly button pulling towards your spine and your lower back grounded. Remember, you can take a break at any point. You can even make your movement smaller. So maybe you just want a little movement and up. That's certainly an option. If you're still looking for a challenge, you can start to pick up the pace. So you decide what you need here. We've got about 8 more seconds. Do what you can. Upper body relaxed, core strong. Breath intact. Nice. Pull your knees into your chest. I may have lost count there. You got a little longer version. Wiggle your toes. One more core exercise here before we shift our focus. It's a Pilates, what I've known as a single straight leg stretch. So extend your right leg up, pull behind your thigh or your calf. A little knee bend here is just fine if you need it. Extend your left leg out, shoulders to your hips, not your ears. Then pulse twice and switch. Inhale, inhale, exhale, switch. Belly button away from your legs. The bigger your movement with your legs, the more challenging this becomes for your core. So you decide what you need. Inhale, inhale, exhale, switch. Really feel your core work, especially as you switch. Nice. Now, if you're still looking for a challenge, drop your hands down, pick up the pace. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Take a break whenever you need it. Hang on for 8 seconds. I'll try to keep track this time. Almost there. 3, 2, and rest. rock side to side gently with your knees to massage your lower back. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And before we leave this position, just check in briefly with your intention. Then drop your feet down. Roll to your side with your knees bent to protect your lower back. Gently push up. And we're transitioning all the way to our stomach. So to do that, I encourage you to find a plank position on your toes or your knees. So just like we started our practice. And then on an exhale, bring your belly button to the ground as slowly as possible. So as your body goes down, belly button pulls up. Once you get there, stack your hands, forehead down, rest for a moment. So we're moving into some heart opening work. We're going to go from one heart opener that comes from Pilates called T-straps into one from yoga called locust. So to prepare for these, squeeze your heels together, feel your inner thighs really fire up and support you. Belly button pulling away from the mat. Then bring your arms up to a T. Take an inhale to prep. On your exhale, pull your arms back, palms face each other. Look down at your mat to protect your neck. Inhale back to a T. Heels together. Long, slow exhale. Pull back. So we want the space between our shoulder blades to really fire up. Inhale back to a T. Exhale, pull. One more like that. Inhale, T. Heel squeeze. Exhale, pull back and stay. If you're looking for a bigger challenge, moving to locust by clasping your hands, palms together to touch if that's available. Lift and pull for 3. Hang on for 2. Nice. Release. Stack your hands, forehead down. Deep breaths. On your next exhale, push back briefly to child's pose. From child's pose, find down dog. On your next inhale, lift your right heel. Bend and open the same way we did at the beginning of our practice. And this time, circle your knee a few times. Both directions. We're moving into pigeon. So on your next exhale, pull your right knee forward. Let it rest by your right wrist. Heel is in front of your left leg. And then use an exhale to slide your left leg back and fold forward. The more you fold forward, the more intense pigeon becomes. So you decide what you need. If it's possible for you to create a forehead connection with something, whether that's stacked fists, the mat, a block, do that. If it's not possible, no worries. And once you've found your version of pigeon, rock side to side in your hips. Notice where you're getting the biggest pull. Most likely that's where you need to stay. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. And remind yourself, for the most part, unless you're feeling shooting pain or grinding pain, aside from that, any other discomfort that you're feeling is going to cause more comfort off the mat. So it's worth it. If you're feeling shooting pain or grinding pain, then it's time to readjust or skip this exercise. But if it's simply just the deliciousness of aching or pulling or burning, I encourage you to stay. Melt into it. Bring your attention to your breath. 2 more inhales and 2 more exhales. Once you've finished these 2 breaths, tuck your back toes under and use an inhale to push up. And exhale to push back, 3-legged dog. Eventually get both feet back to the floor. And when you do that, take a big inhale through your nose, open mouth exhale. Let your right heel, or I should say both heels, drop towards the ground. And notice if your right heel gets closer. Pigeon is a powerful pose. Left heel up on an inhale. Bend your knee and open. Circle your knee a few times, both directions. On an exhale, pull your left knee forward to your left wrist. I'm creating new words here. Heel in front of your right leg. Slide your right leg back. On an exhale, fold forward. Forehead connection if possible. Now what this side looks like and feels like might be very different than the other side. That's okay. Just notice. And then rock your hips side to side if you haven't already. Determine where you need to stay. Use your breath as a tool to stay with the discomfort instead of bolting. Remind yourself it's worth it, and stay for 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, push yourself up, tuck your back toes under. Exhale, push back, 3-legged dog. Nice, ladies. Both feet down. Big inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Bend your knees deep. Look up. Feet forward. Hang heavy in a forward fold and find a deep knee bend here. Give yourself a hug around your thighs. Head is heavy. Shoulders are pulling up away from your ears. And then from this position, release your hands and keep bending your knees. Come all the way down to a seated position, using your hands at any point. Heels are planted. Hands behind your thighs. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. Hands are here or here. Try to keep your heels grounded. Nice. Once you get to the floor, pull your right knee in towards your chest and eventually out towards your right shoulder. Extend your left leg out. Flex your left toes, and you can drop your left leg so it rests on the ground. Now grab your knee with your left arm. Bring your right arm up to a T. If you don't have room, you can find a cactus arm with your right arm. And on an exhale, gently pull your knee over to the left side. So we're moving into a beautiful twist. Right shoulder stays grounded. And then look both ways with your head. See what feels best on your neck. Stay there. Now in twists, or when we're twisting, I should say, you tend to tense up. It's your body's way of protecting yourself. Use your breath as a cue to your body that it's okay to relax. Before you move out of this pose, engage your abdominal muscles, belly button to your spine. Use them on an inhale to come back to center. Pull your knee in for a moment. Nice. Both feet down. Same thing on the other side, left knee in. Extend your right leg out, toes are flexed. Let your right leg rest and pull your knee out towards your shoulder now. Left arm up to a T or cactus arms. Grab your knee with your right hand and use an exhale to gently pull it over to the right side. Once again, left shoulder down. Look both ways with your head. Decide where you want to stay. And then bring your attention to your breath. On each exhale, melt into the pose. Allow the ground to support you. Belly button to your spine. Inhale up. Nice. Knee to your shoulder. Then both knees in. Rock side to side. Take one more inhale here. Then on your exhale, drop your feet down wide. Let your knees tension towards each other. We are making our way here towards Shavasana, ladies, our final resting pose. So bring your arms out at about a 45-degree angle away from you, palms up. And check in with your shoulders, melt them down. Now this position is a great one to allow your lower back to release. So it feels really good right now. You can stay here for Shavasana. Another option is to extend your legs out mat width apart. Pinky toes fall towards the ground. So if you'd like that option instead, feel free to do that now. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Relax your face. This is your time to soak up the benefits of everything you just did. Awesome practice. Enjoy. Take some deep inhales to bring your awareness back to your body. And eventually roll to one side or the other. Bend your knees, use an arm as a pillow. This is a beautiful time in your practice to offer up a few thoughts of gratitude. So if that resonates, do that now. What are you thankful for? On your next inhale, gently push yourself up to a seated position. Any position that's
hands into heart center, eyes are still closed, posture is strong. And reconnect with your intention one last time. Is this an intention you can take off the mat today? Take a deep breath. And we'll end this beautiful practice with a beautiful blessing. So bring your hands to the space between your eyes. May you have peace in your thoughts today. Hands to your lips. May you have peace in your words. And hands to your heart. May you have peace in your heart and actions. Namaste.